exciting night of basketball action here from Hayes Gymnasium on the campus of North Greenville University as we have got a grudge match on our hands tonight. Converse versus North Greenville in a matchup stemming from December the 12th, in which Converse took down North Greenville by 79-76 back in 2015. Now here in the new year, Converse gets it started off right with a baseline jumper from Brianna James, gets the first 2 points for the Valkyries.
The first 2 points are always the hardest 2 points to come by, but when they drop, they always help the game move along a little bit quicker.
Now North Greenville get a chance to get on the board. Carter steps into a 3 and hits it. And Cameron Carter was the leading scorer for North Greenville as the Lady Crusaders, their last game out, a 1-point loss to Erskine, but Carter led the way with 15 points. Now here come the Valkyries again. A shot blocked by Paulette Addison for NGU is rebounded by the Valkyries. And then Logan Hollis tries to take a shot, and we have our first foul called against the Valkyries. So the ball will go back to North Greenville as they lead 3-2, a minute into the first quarter. We expect a low-scoring affair here at Hayes. North Greenville comes in 61.6 points a game. Converse only 60.5. So if you look at the numbers, North Greenville a slight edge in that department, but still a low-scoring affair expected. And North Greenville only managed 50 against Erskine, and that one, 51-50, was low-scoring as well. Here comes another 3. That one rattles out from Carter, and it's rebounded by Powell for NGU. He gives it to Carter. We'll try it again. Here's Carter at the top of the key, looking left, passes that way to Tyler Powers. Powers brings it back up top. Looking right, moves right, passes to Powell. Now Powell looking underneath, nothing doing for Addison. Powell brings it around, passes out to Elizabeth Trenham. She'll have a 3, no, bounces out. That's rebounded by James for the Valkyries. Here comes Converse back the other way. On the left side of the circle, trying to go underneath to Hollis. Hollis spins, puts up a shot. It's no good, bounces off the back part of the rim.
Rebounds are going to be important in this game, as we noticed from the season totals per game. NGU has 41, and then Converse has 38.
Vonnie Powell bobbles it out of bounds. That'll be a turnover back to the Valkyries. North Greenville leading 3-2. Here comes Paige Johnson for the Valkyries, defended by Powers. Passes right, has James open. Now James is defended by Powers. James looks right, moves that way, tries to cut it back, balls it, and it's picked up by Powers, and she'll fling it to Carter. Now forward, pass almost intercepted by Converse. Powell hangs on to it. Here comes Addison. She'll put up a shot. It's no good, but she's fouled.
Steals are going to come in handy as well, as Powers with that first steal, and then almost gave it right back away to Converse.
That's going to be something North Greenville has to cut down on. Turnovers have been hurting them all year, most of them forced by a full court press, which we saw earlier in January, 3 straight games. Carson Newman, but actually that was back in December. Carson Newman did it, Barton did it, and one other team did it, and that was really a nightmare for North Greenville as Addison makes her first free throw. It's a 2-point lead. Looking for the second one. That one rattles out, no good. It's still a 1-possession ball game. Here comes Converse. Johnson up top. Heads to the right side of the circle. Passes that way to James. James drives in, bumps into Addison, puts up a shot. It's short. It's rebounded by Hollis. Here's the shot from Hollis. That goes in.
James doing a great job trying to win that baseline, trying to open up some lanes for some other people to come in.
That ties the ball game up at 4. Here's Powell for NGU. She bobbles it and it's picked up by Hollis for Converse. Here comes Bree James. Races into the paint and loses it out of bounds, trying to put up a shot. It'll be turned over back to North Greenville. Great defense there by Powell to watch it go out of bounds.
Right now, we're already racked up 3 turnovers so far.
Here's Powell up to the top of the key. Fires a pass right to Carter. Carter, bounce pass underneath to Addison. Addison bobbles it, and out of bounds off of Cassidy Morehouse. for 22 for Converse, so it will stay with NGU. Powers up top, passes left to Powell just inside the circle. She drives in, floats one up, good.
Powell showing some power by driving straight down to the lane, getting right to the teeth of defense.
Here comes Hollis underneath for the Valkyries. She puts up a shot, and that's blocked by Addison. And a jump ball is called as Trenum and Rashi Johnson fall out of bounds. It will stay with Converse as the possession arrow indicates. Here's the quick lob inbound to James. James passes back out. Here comes a three that bounces out from Morehouse, no good. Rebounded by Hollis. Now here comes James. She'll try baseline jumper, sinks it good. We're tied at 6.
With these kind of close games, you have to really, as a team, both sides, keep composure as these games are, again, still really close.
Powers double teamed on the left side, trying to spin out of it, and called for, and is fouled by Converse. So North Greenville hangs on to it after the foul by Converse. We're tied at 6, 5:46 to play in the first quarter. Here's Carter, she flips it left to Powers. Powers trying to drive around the defense, nothing doing, cuts it back up top. Looks right, passes right, has Powell. Powell on the right. James on the left side of the circle for the Valkyries. And Morehouse bobbles that pass out of bounds.
Converse with the nice double team going in there, trying to get another steal and another turnover. It's going to be costly for the Crusaders.
North Greenville lucky to get away from not allowing any points on that possession for Converse. Here's Carter for NGU. Passes right, has Powell. Powell on the right side of the circle. Plenty of time on the shot clock. It's at 15. Here's Carter. Up top, goes right back to Powell. Powell underneath the Trenum, and a foul against NGU. Looks like that one went against Trenum. Here comes Ty Broadwater checking into the game for NGU, as well as for 30, Chantel Strayhorn. Converse with the ball, we're tied at 6, halfway through the first quarter. Here's Johnson, she heads to the far side, passes back up top, has James. James trying to drive down the middle, flips it right to Morehouse. Morehouse, bounce pass into the corner for James. James floats one up, good from the near side, and Converse has the lead, 8-6.
A big bucket there coming from James right there, because that takes them in the lead.
Now Powers on the left side of the circle, trying to cut it back up top, slings it to Carter, still on the left side. She'll fire a three and hits it.
Carter 2 for 2 out of the three-point range tonight.
And that is what Cameron Carter has done most of the season, is come up clutch from beyond the arc. Converse misses their shot at their end. Now here comes Cameron Carter racing into front court. Tyler Powers wide open on the left side, and she hits it.
3 points. 3-point plays are just falling down for North Greenville right now. It's really putting Converse in a bind.
Can't leave Tyler Powers open like that. She will make you pay. Now Converse down 4, looking for some points. Here's Hollis underneath, floats one up, picked off by Addison. And now here comes Strayhorn into front court, gets a pass to Carter. And now Powers drives inside the arc, misses, but called for a travel before the shot. And with 3:36 left to play in the first quarter, that will be our first media timeout, with North Greenville up 12-8 after a back-to-back three-pointers, one from Cameron Carter, the other from Tyler Powers, here on the North Greenville Sports Network. We'll be back in a moment. back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. North Greenville leads Converse in Conference Carolinas action, 12-8 the score here from Hayes with 3:30 left to play in the first quarter. And Converse reeling a little bit, looking for some points after back-to-back threes from NGU. Here come the Valkyries outside the circle to James. She drives in, double teamed, passes out to number 20, Aaron Horn. That pass is picked off by Powers. And now Powers goes right to Strayhorn. Strayhorn swings it up top to Carter. Carter moving back to the right. And will fire a deep three, hits it!
And again, Carter with an on-time night with 3 threes going down almost in a row.
And now this shot blocked at the other end by Addison from Ashley Salgado. They'll say out of bounds off the Valkyries and give it back to NGU. Great defense early on by Paulette Addison. That's already her second block of the quarter. Now here's Carter on the far side, passes to Powers. Powers flips it back to her. Now Carter trying to drive into the corner, passes out, gives it to Addison underneath, floats it up, misses, no good. Addison gets her on rebound though, tries again, can't get that one to fall. Now Broadwater tries to get it. She'll put a shot up and is fouled. No, jump ball called. And it will stay with NGU as the possession arrow indicates. Head coach of the Valkyries, Dean Walsh, voicing his displeasure about the call. Walsh, the head coach of the Valkyries, he's assisted by Kelsey Pack, Latasha Jackson, and Ashlyn Dewar. Now here comes Johnson, top of the circle, passes to Horn. Horn brings it around to the right side, gives it back to Johnson. Johnson looking underneath, flips it back up top side to Salgado. Salgado moves left, now tries to drive in, bounce pass shot, and no good from Johnson. Rebounded though by the Valkyries. Now there's a scramble for it. And it's picked up by Broadwater. And she's fouled for NGU as Johnson continued to try and get the ball back. Now the fouls come up on the scoreboard. We can tell you Converse has 3 team fouls to North Greenville's 1, and that latest foul went actually against number 11, Ashley Salgado for the Valkyries. Now here comes Powell, moves it around to the near side, cuts it back up to the top of the key, flips it right to Erica Cobb. Cobb on the right side, trying to drive in. Here she goes. She floats a shot up, no good, and called for a travel. 15-8, minute and a half left to play in the first quarter.
Really looking forward to see what Converse is going to do if they can continue to drive that ball, trying to see if they can get their next runs of shots to go in.
Here's Salgado looking to go underneath, and that pass is bobbled, and an illegal shift called against Converse as Crystal Ellis went for the pass, didn't get to it in time. Approaching the final minute of the first quarter, North Greenville up 7. They want more though. Here's Powell, gets double team, loses it, gathers it back, still under pressure, and looking for a pass, has it batted down and picked off by Lucas. And now underneath the basket, Horn puts it up and in, good for the Valkyries.
Wow, that double and triple team has just been a real vice against the North Greenville Crusaders tonight.
Now here's Strayhorn on the right side. She drives in and called for a charge.
Good job by Converse to take in and take that hit and get the foul and be able to keep the game close.
And now here come the Valkyries on the final minute. They're down 5. One shot can make this a one-possession game. Here's Ellis. And it's a one-possession game, 15-12. Converse. A little bit of a run. Shot clock now off. Here's Powell around to the near side. Gives it to Cobb. Cobb trying to drive in. Open lane, and it goes in good. 17-12. Converse with the last shot of the ball game. And a travel called against Paige Johnson. Now a 5-point-1. It will be North Greenville with the last shot of the game. North Greenville's up 17-12. 5.1 left to play in the first quarter.
And number 11, Powers, just came in for number 23, Kyle from North Greenville.
Here comes Carter, trying to get out of the press, and a foul called with 0.2 of a second left on the clock. That foul against Crystal Ellis, that's her first. Converse's fourth. And North Greenville just inbounds and runs out the clock with 0.2 of a second. That was all that was left on it. So we're at the end of one. North Greenville up 17-12 over Converse. 1 quarter down, 3 more to go here on the North Greenville Sports Network. North Greenville Sports Network. North Greenville up by 5 over Converse. The Valkyries come in tonight looking to try and snap an 8-game losing streak. They are 2-12 on the season. Of course, one of those victories coming against North Greenville back home in Spartanburg for the Valkyries on December the 12th, a 3-point win for Converse. The other win for the Valkyries came against Bob Jones, their very first game of the season. North Greenville, of course, 5-11, trying to regain some traction in the conference race. 5-11 and seeing what they can do to climb the ladder as the month of January comes to an end. Now here's Paige Johnson for Converse, a 3, too strong off the back. Rebounded though by Ellis. Now here comes James, she hits a 3.
Great ball movement by Converse and able to get James the ball and get her to have an open shot for a 3-pointer, and she drains it.
It's down to a 2-point lead for NGU, 17-15. Now into the second quarter. Here's Carter swinging it around to the left side. She'll drive in, dish out of Tyler Powers, open in the corner. She hits it.
Carter being able to put that crossover move right on the Converse defense and able to get the outlet pass to a wide open Powers.
And now this 3 is good from Aaron Horn. It's 2018. Tyler Powers gets her second 3 of the game, and Horn cashes in 1 for the Valkyries. Here comes Broadwater underneath, looking for a shot, lost the ball. And Converse lets it go out of bounds as it bounced off Horn at the last minute.
What a quick start for both teams, making 3 straight threes, 3 straight threes total, coming out right out starting the second quarter.
So far, Converse is able to keep pace, doing a good job answering North Greenville on that 3. Now here's Carter, she'll try one, and she hits it from the far side part of the circle. 23-18. Here comes Converse. Bounce pass underneath. Lucas looking for Ellis, loses the ball, picked up by Carter in the corner.
Carter using quick hands and able to get that steal going in down the field.
And now Trenum tries a three. That's no good, and rebounded by Horn. Horn right down the middle, passes out to James. James drives in, puts up for two, good. (23-20), 8 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Here's Powell for NGU. Brings it up top, looks left, passes left, has Carter. Carter looking underneath, goes to Trenum in the corner. Trenum underneath the Broadwater in the paint, spins around, puts up a shot, no good. And it's rebounded by the Valkyries. Johnson gets it for Converse. Johnson gives it back to James. James goes to the left side, has Horn. Horn floats one up and in, good for three.
And with that shot, Horn able to keep the game tied at 23 all.
It is back to a tie. We're sitting at 23 all. Here's Carter up top, swinging it around to the right side. Trying to drive in, and called for a travel. Now Converse with a chance to retake the lead. There's Johnson into front court. Goes right side, has James. Back up top, Horn. Horn looking for room, passes underneath the Hollis. She puts it up, misses, rebounded by Broadwater for NGU. Now here comes Carter with some open room. Carter drives in, puts her shot up and in, good.
For North Greenville, Carter's just doing it all for the offensive attack for this quarter.
And now Horn's open for three again. This one rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Broadwater. And jump ball, and the arrow will go to Converse. Actually, no, scratch that. They didn't flip it from the last jump ball, so the possession arrow actually points to NGU. So the Crusaders with the ball up two. And the inbound pass stolen by Salgado. Salgado backs out, waits for her team to catch up. Now she tries to drive in, has a pass picked up by Johnson. Her shot misses. Now here comes Broadwater with the ball for NGU. Gets a pass to Powell, and they're able to spin out the full court press. Here's Powell, drives in, gives it to Powers, open on the near side. Floats one up for three, got it.
Powers with her second three ball tonight on this quarter. Third three ball tonight on this quarter.
Nonetheless, she is on fire tonight for NGU. And now this shot, no good from Horn, but she is fouled, and she'll head to the line for two shots. First foul of the quarter goes against North Greenville. It's against number 21. Actually, I haven't updated it yet. But the first foul of the quarter, let's go against NGU. First free throw misses from Horn. And they put the foul on Broadwater. That's her first.
Really have to commend Salgado with that steal she came up with, being a heads-up play and smart as trying to keep her team climbing into the game.
Horn sank the second one. It's a 1-point lead for NGU, 28-27. Under 6 to play in the quarter. That shot missed by Powell, but she gets her own rebound, assisted by Broadwater. Now here comes Powers. She's forced to back out. Spins around the defense, passes right side to Powell. Cross court to Trenum. Trenum back up top to Powers. Powers looking for room. Bobbles it, gets it to Carter. Carter for three. No good, rims out. And rebounded by Hollis for the Valkyries. She finds Salgado. Here comes Salgado into front court. Races underneath, passes back out to Horn. Horn swings it back up top. And now wait for a minute. Now she tries to drive in from the right side. Step inside the arc, fires a pass to Salgado. Salgado at the line, trying to get a pass underneath to Johnson, and somehow she ends up with it. Now here's James with 5 on the shot clock. James drives in, and before the shot was made, we have a foul call that will be against Converse. That's their first team foul of the quarter. Goes against number 23. Yashi Johnson picks up her first foul of the game. And 4 seconds away from our next timeout. North Greenville gets it on a turnover after the foul by Johnson. Trentham fires the inbound to Carter. Here comes Carter. Dishes to Addison at the line. Back out to Trentham. Now around to Powers. Powers here on the left side. Flips it underneath to Addison. Addison in the paint. Gets a shot up and in. Good.
North Greenville are able to use Addison as really great in their low post game as they're able to get the ball to her over top the Converse players.
That's what you want with an underneath player. Here comes Salgado trying to drive in. No room, passes back out to Hollis. Open at the line, she'll make a move inside. Blocked again by Addison. Carter picks up the loose ball, racing down the far court side. Stops for a moment, twists around, passes back out to Addison, and now Powers for a deep three. No good. Had the range, just not enough spin. Now at the other end, Horn on the far side. Gets it underneath the Hollis, floats it up and in for two for Converse. 30-29, 4 minutes left to play in the second quarter.
Some much needed points by Horn, being able to drive to the paint and get that ball put right in.
Converse hanging around. Not letting North Greenville get too far out in front of them. Here's Trentham. She passes to Carter. Carter goes back to Trentham. Now Powers here in the near side corner. Powers trying to drive in. Slings it out to Trentham. Open for three. No good. Too strong, but it bounces in. Well, let gravity do its job. And it's 33-29. Carter pokes the ball away. And it's going to be Converse ball anyway as Horn lets it go out of bounds. And time is called on the court with 3:29 left to play. It's 33-29. And now we have our courtside Gabrielle Porter ready for some information for us.
Hey guys, this is Gabby Finelli. Just a couple updates from the sideline. So can I just say that it is so great to see Tyler Powers back after she took a semester off. Her and Carter are flowing so beautifully on the court. That pass was incredible that Carter made to Tyler down by the bank, and wow, just like you guys said earlier, if you leave Tyler unguarded and open, you know she's gonna make those shots. Also, another update that some of you might find exciting, Paulette number 14 just got engaged this weekend to LaShawn Alexander, and they're expected to get married this summer. And that's all I got for you guys, so enjoy the halftime interview between Ansley and our head coach.
Well, congratulations to Paulette Addison, the sophomore forward from Wilmington, North Carolina. Glad to hear about that news with that engagement with LaShawn Alexander. And she is doing very well tonight. 3 blocks already, at least that I've counted. And great underneath play in the paint for NGU. She has her team up 33-29 as we get back underway. Just over 3 minutes till halftime. Converse with the ball and running out of time on the shot clock. Here's Salgado. She fires a pass that is off the rim, no good, as that shot was from Aaron Horn. And now North Greenville gets it back and a chance to extend that lead. Here's Powers on the left side of the circle, brings it up top, drives in, passes underneath to Addison. Here's Addison for 2, no good, off the left side of the rim, and a foul called against Converse.
North Greenville again going to their bread and butter, which has been Addison all night, going to that low post position.
Second team foul against the Valkyries, and that will be Ashley Salgado's second personal foul as well. couple of substitutions coming on for the Valkyries. As looking at the three-point percentage for Converse, I have a feeling they've improved on that so far tonight. They have been great from beyond the arc. They came in with 27.9 from beyond the arc, but so far pretty good tonight, and they are hanging around only down 4 at NGU. Got an official down at the scorer's table looking back up toward the clock. Oh, and actually looking at the scoreboard, readjusting the score. Right now it's showing 33-26. So it looks like we had a score adjustment, so it's actually an 8-point lead for NGU. Quick inbound fire to Powers, able to keep her balance inbounds and give it back to Powell. Powell gives it right back to Powers, still on the far side, trying to go underneath to Addison. Back out to Strayhorn. Strayhorn makes a move underneath, fires it to Powell, floats it up and in, good for 2. Makes it a 9-point lead for North Greenville. Now here's Johnson for the Valkyries. Steps inside the arc, fires for 2, no good. Rebounded by Powers for the Crusaders. Here comes Powers in the front court, down the far side. Stops just outside the arc. Moves up top, fires a pass right to Powell. Powell circles back around the top side of the key. Gives it to Strayhorn. Strayhorn takes a move left, jukes back right, gives it out to Trenum. Fires for 3, no good. And it will be Valkyrie ball as last touch by North Greenville. Morehouse lets it roll out of bounds. Minute 57 left to play until halftime.
Both teams showing great hustle as they come out, getting almost ready, going down to the half.
Here comes Johnson. Let's see what kind of pace Converse elects to take, down 9. Time running out in the first half. They go underneath to Ellis. Ellis in the paint, back out, and a 3 on its way from James. Too strong. Rebounded, though, by Hollis for the Valkyries. She'll try a shot, bobbles it, trying to get it to Ellis. And that miscommunication will cost Converse the ball as they turn it back over to North Greenville. Minute and a half left right now. North Greenville looking to get to a double-digit lead for the first time tonight. Here's Cobb up top. Looks underneath, drives underneath, forced back out, gives it to Strayhorn. She'll fire a 3 and hit that one.
And let the threes begin. Both teams, all this quarter, have not even really missed a 3 yet. As Strayhorn talks down another one.
James gives it right side to Morehouse. Morehouse cross court to Johnson. Johnson quickly defended. She passes up top to James. James moves underneath, puts a shot up and in, good, and she'll get one more.
What a commanding drive that James just took to the basket, trying to help wield her team to win. And getting the and one with the foul. Trying to make it a 3-point play.
Chance for that 3-point play from Bree James, the freshman guard out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. Will cut the lead back down to 9 if she makes it. And it's down to 9, 38-29. Under a minute to play until half. Clock starts on the inbound from Broadwater. Here's Carter into front court for North Greenville. Carter gives it to Strayhorn right side. Strayhorn trying to drive underneath, loses the ball, picked up by Addison, right in front of Salgado. Now Carter goes underneath to Broadwater. She's open for a minute, spins around, fires it back out. Addison open at the free throw line, sinks it for 2.
A nice pass out by Broadwater, knowing that Addison's there open for her next shot.
Salgado for the Valkyries to the far side. Brings it back to the near side. Heads back to far side. Trying to drive in. Puts one up over the basket. Out of bounds off of Hollis for Converse. It'll be North Greenville ball. 12.2 seconds left to play. in the first half. Shot clock is now off. That was also a rule change since last season. 30-second shot clock for divisions in the NCAA. Here's Carter with 5 seconds on the clock. Takes it up and gets it to go. And one. As she's fouled. That puts 2 team fouls apiece. Actually, that will be the 3rd team foul for Converse, 2 for North Greenville, and Salgado's 3rd foul. As Carter will head to the line for one more, try and put North Greenville up 43-29. Doesn't get the roll, and with 3 seconds left, Converse will try and attempt a half-court heave, and not in time from Paige Johnson. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. It's 42-29.
Fun fact that we got for everybody, if you didn't know what a Valkyrie was before this, it actually comes from Norse mythology that we got going on.
Now we have our halftime interview with head coach of North Greenville, Jane Arledge, with Ansley Brock.
Here with Coach Arledge. Coach, last week against Erskine, it came down to a 1-point difference. What was your mindset coming into this game today?
Well, we didn't hit a lot of shots. So today we talked about we just got to get easy shots. We got to make the ones that they're giving us. We started out much better, so hopefully we can continue that through the second half.
Tyler Powers is back this semester, and she seems to be a key component to your team. What do you think her semester off helped her more or hindered her?
Well, it definitely hindered her. She's just now catching on back to the game. She took, 3 or 4 months off, so it doesn't help you. But, it just takes a while to get back in the flow of basketball. So gradually she's coming on strong, I hope.
All right, thank you, Coach. All right, this is Ansley Brock. Back to you guys.
Yeah, but from this game tonight, you wouldn't know Tyler Powers has been away from the team. She's got at least 3 threes so far tonight. You combine that with Cameron Carter, also outside the arc. And then you cash in Paula Addison. Not only has she had a great offensive presence today, she's got at least 3 blocks in this first half. And that has helped North Greenville out to a 42-29 lead. And North Greenville is looking for a little bit of revenge after that last game down in Spartanburg against Converse. So we're at the half. North Greenville 42-29. North Greenville searching for their 6th win of the season as we take a look at the Conference Carolina standings. Southern Wesleyan and Emmanuel still ineligible for the conference championship. We think they'll be eligible next season as you got to sit the first 2 seasons out, and then you can compete for conference play. Of course, Limestone all alone up top, undefeated and ranked number 7 in Division II. They're closely followed by King right on their heels, only a game back in conference play. And then a 4-way tie between Emmanuel, Mount Olive, Belmont Abbey, and Erskine. So that is some heavy-hitting competition right there mid-pack. And then North Greenville, if this result holds, they will be 4-7. And presuming what happened, presuming Pfeiffer, Barton, and Lees McCrae get a loss somewhere soon, it could be interesting for that 8th and final playoff spot. So we'll have to wait and see. And I'd have to say from 3rd down to 8th, it's actually pretty close if certain puzzle pieces fall the way they do. But Limestone all alone by themselves, King right behind them though, and then it's anyone's game from 3rd on back. So that'll do it for our halftime show. We'll step away for a short break. North Greenville trying to close out against Converse and get their 6th win of the season. Converse, in the meantime, looking for their 3rd win overall and 2nd conference win. They're down 42-29. Some work to do in the second half. We step away here on the North Greenville Sports Network. about set for the second half between North Greenville and Converse. North Greenville used a strong second quarter, which it is great to see North Greenville have a good second quarter. They have been in need of one. And it's a good way to start off 2016 as January slowly winding down to an end. They have a 42-29 lead over Converse.
It's going to see what which Converse is going to do to make the second half adjustments coming into this game. If we get the ball maybe more in the post game, some more easier scored points, and then maybe than what they have done to this point. It's interesting to see.
I started bringing up a double team and almost a full court press, and it seemed to be forcing turnovers and working for the Valkyries, but it looks like they just can't quite stay in it long enough to get transition down the court. But let's see what the second half does have in store for us. We'll have a third and fourth quarter, and that's something else that I'll keep belaboring on. I really do like the four-quarter rule in women's basketball in the NCAA now. I like the four quarters. It adds excitement to the game. It feels like it's making it a lot faster and has some more action to it. So to start off, Converse on the court, you've got 33, Logan Hollis. Number 5, Reagan Bernard. Number 20, Aaron Horn. Number 10, Brianna James. And number 21, Crystal Ellis. That's on the floor right now for Converse. For North Greenville, Powers, Carter, Trenum, Addison, and Powell. Converse will get the ball to start us off here in the second half, and we're underway as the seconds count down, and immediately a shot taken and made. Barely 5 seconds into the game, Aaron Horn gets the Valkyries back on track.
It's good to see Converse coming out and taking the quick shot, which was open and there, and be able to put it in with some quick points, trying to get their offense jump started.
I don't think that could have been any quicker. As now North Greenville looks to respond. Ball's bobbled out of bounds. Who's it off of? It's off of Converse, so North Greenville will hang on to it. Trenum lets it go. The inbound from Powell to the corner and Carter. Carter for 3 from the near side. Bounces up short, no good. Out of bounds off of Trenum. It will be Converse ball.
North Greenville looking for their own, what was working in the second quarter, that 3 ball, trying to make that one go down from Carter in the short corner.
Underneath to Ellis. Ellis bounce pass to Hollis. Hollis puts it up and in. They wave out the basket and call her for a travel. And North Greenville, that will be key to get the second to finish out the game. Can they get the 3-point game going again, pick up where they left off? Powers and Carter have cashed in from beyond the arc. Here's Powers with the ball for NGU on the far side, looking for room, trying to go underneath the Trenum. Foul called. Looks like this one's going to be against Converse. It is. That's their first team foul of the quarter. Against Brianna James, that's her first. Inbound to Powers. She'll pull it down at the top of the key, backs out. Trying to move left, looks to Carter, instead flips it right to Powell. Now Powell, some open room, drives underneath, nothing doing, gives it back to Powers. Powers outside the arc, bobbles it, falls down, and it's scooped up by Converse. Horn gets to it, and now she'll flip it out near side to James for a deep 2, good.
Converse defense coming all the way out beyond the perimeter right there, trying to keep away the 3 ball from North Greenville. And you can see how that turned into quick points with the turnover.
Now here's Addison trying to go underneath. Nothing doing for her. Carter tries to take it herself, bobbles it, blocked by Hollis. And now Converse again. They have scored all the points of the third quarter. And a foul called against NGU as James went in for the shot. Won't be a shooting foul, but the first team foul of the quarter goes against number 11, Tyler Powers. That's her first as well. Now a quick 3 from James, sinks it.
Converse has their running shoes on because they're going on a run.
And that should be a 7-0 run to start the quarter for Converse. It's 42-36. North Greenville still looking for their first points of the quarter. Carter to Powell. Powell drives in, dishes out to Trenum. Open for three. She'll take it. It bounces up. This one won't fall back in. And it's rebounded by Hollis.
Converse defense really stepped up coming into the third quarter, really keeping NGU at no points so far.
Now can the Valkyries extend their run? Horn for three. No good. Short from outside the circle. And out of bounds off of Ellis. It'll go back to North Greenville. So the Crusaders able to stem the tide for the moment. Now can they finally get to the basket and cash in some points? The lead's down to 6. 7 minutes left to play in the quarter. Powell gets boxed out, spins out, gives it back to Trenum. Now Powers, far side corner, three, no good. Rebounded by James. James loses it, and Powell picks it up. She'll go in for two, and North Greenville is on the board in the third quarter.
Great awareness by Powell there for North Greenville, being able to see the ball and know where it's going to and be able to take that steal and run it right back in.
Here's James at the top of the key, spins underneath, gives it back out to Bernard. She'll fire a three, and Converse right back into it. Reagan Bernard finds the basket from three-point land, 44-39.
Converse has just not flinched at all this third quarter right now.
Carter gives it to Trenum on the far side. A handoff to Powers is juggled. And a foul called against, looks like that one's going to go against Bernard. That will be Bernard's first foul, team's second for Converse. Now here's Carter, right to Powers. Powers trying to drive in, bounce past to Trenum, fadeaway jumper, no good. But Addison gets the rebound, back out to Trenum. She'll try for three, good.
Heads up play by Addison, to be able to continue to fight for the ball, get the rebound, see the open player, and be able to give it right to her for the points.
Quite a ball game for Paulette Addison. 3 blocks in the first half. Now getting some offensive boards here in the second half. James at the other end for three. Responds for Converse. (47-42). It's a 5-point lead for North Greenville. Both teams trade threes again. Now here's Powell up top. Finds an open lane down the middle. Forced pass back out to Powers. She'll try for three. That's short, no good. Hollis gets a rebound for the Valkyries. To the left side with James. James moves underneath and a foul called. See if this one goes against Addison for a reach in.
Converse pushing the ball on their every offensive play coming down and able to really use the speed and getting in open spots on the floor to be able to put their shots right down in the goal.
Foul actually goes against Cameron Carter. That's her first. North Greenville's team as a team second. At the line, Brianna James misses her first free throw.
At a substitution, we had Carter go down from North Greenville and Strayhorn come in.
James finds the basket on the second one. It's 47-43. 5.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Here comes Powell into front court for NGU. Heads to the near side. Now flips it to the far side. Trenum and now Powers. Powers looking for room up top. Fires it to the near side corner. Has Trenum underneath. Batted away. Intended for Addison by Hollis. Great matchup all night. Hollis against Addison. And now Bernard juggles it. Ball still loose. And Powell hangs on to it, but she takes the lick. It gets up okay. Foul against Converse on the play. North Greenville will get the ball back, so Powell's efforts do go rewarded. Second foul against Reagan Bernard. Third team foul against Converse. And here comes Powell again. Heads to the left side of the circle. Now she'll bring him back up top. Sling it back out to Strayhorn. Now Trentham just inside the arc for two. No good, short. Rebounded by Powell, though. Powell surrounded by three defenders. Tries to put it up. Can't get it to fall, but she's fouled. And with 4:43 left to play, time called on the court. Free throws upcoming for North Greenville. Fourth team foul against Converse. Second one against Crystal Ellis. North Greenville hanging on to a 4-point lead, 47-43 as we go to break here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Coach Arledge trying to encourage her team to finish it out down the stretch. North Greenville up 4. Free throws for Devani Powell. We'll take a look at the assistant staff for Coach Arledge. You've got Ross Jolly, graduate of UTC, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. And then right here from North Greenville, Alicia Hope, a former basketball star on the team, and Courtney Haley and Tiffany Egan. Powell can't get the first one to drop. Lead remains 4. Gets the second one, so it's a 5-point lead after that shot. 4:39 left to play in the third quarter. Converse not going away quietly as they look for more here in the third quarter. Horn passes back out to Johnson. Johnson up top, looking to the right side. She gives off to Bernard, now back up top to Horn. Horn back outside to Bernard. She'll swing it around to the near side, put up a shot, no good. Bounced around on the rebound, finally brought down by Broadwater. Now here's Powell after the pass from Broadwater into front court, slows things down just a touch. Heads to the far side. Cuts it back up top, gives it back far side. Cobb can't hang on to it. And that'll cost North Greenville the ball and give it back to Converse. Now here comes Horn swinging around the circle, gives it to Bernard on the far side. Pass to Horn. Horn trying to get boxed out by Strayhorn. Now the pass batted by Powell. Powell racing into front court, all alone, up and in for 2, good.
Some of the first fast break points we've had all night. We had Powell run down the floor on that open play.
North Greenville first to the half-century mark. It's 50-43, 3:25 left to play in the third. Here comes Johnson on the right side, drives in, puts up a shot, short, no good, battle for the rebound, won by Cobb and NGU. Here comes Cobb. Goes left to Powell, now Powell brings it back up top. Now moving to the near side, trying to use Addison as a pick, she gives it to Strayhorn, Strayhorn for 3, got it! Excellent time 3 by North Greenville. Now Ellis running into the front court unopposed. Gets it to drop and a foul. She'll go to the line for one more. Crystal Ellis for Converse.
What a great play by Crystal Ellis, knowing that the ball was being pushed up the floor and able to get down to the other side on her side of the court and be able to get right in front and open, be able to get the ball and get the basket in.
Third team foul against North Greenville. That'll be the second one against Chantel Strayhorn. Ellis at the line for and one, no good. And somebody moved up front.
Looks like we have a line violation.
So a second chance for Ellis. The and one. Gets that one to drop, so it costs North Greenville a point. 53-46, 2:52 left to play in the third. North Greenville trying to get a conference win. Here's what's at stake, a conference win for NGU and some possible standing changes as well. Converse trying to take two from North Greenville. As a foul called late against Converse as Strayhorn went up for a shot. They waved the basket off as she made it, but Strayhorn will head to the line for two. That's a fifth team foul against Converse. First one against Horn. Strayhorn missed the first one. And should put North Greenville into the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Strayhorn can't get either to drop, and now Converse looking to go quickly. James has a shot batted, but it's rebounded by a fellow teammate. As a collision between Strayhorn and Horn results in a foul against NGU, so to catch Strayhorn for a violation. That's her third foul. Fourth one as a team against NGU. Inbound for Converse, finds Johnson. Johnson up top, looks right, cuts back down the middle, puts up a free throw line jumper. Too much, no good. Rebounded by Johnson, though. Yashi Johnson fouled underneath. Converse will head to the line. Yashi Johnson for two. Fifth team foul against North Greenville, so that should put Converse into the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Second foul against Broadwater. First free throw from Yashi Johnson bounces out, no good. Can't get the second one to drop either. Strayhorn there for the rebound for NGU. She'll hand off to Carter. She'll bring it into front court. Here's Carter, fires a pass right to Strayhorn. Strayhorn cuts it back up top and gives it to Carter. Carter defended by James. Moves to the far side, gets double teamed, passes out to Strayhorn. Strayhorn near side corner to Trenum. Trenum with some room, puts up a shot at the baseline, too short, no good. Rebounded by Hollis. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Here comes Converse. Paige Johnson back out to James. James, no room underneath at the baseline, gets back out to Johnson, Paige Johnson. And now at the free throw line, here's Yashi Johnson up and in for two and one more.
Converse coming out into this quarter here, kicking up a second gear in their offense, really trying to get points and points quick to stay in this game.
And back-to-back fouls against Ty Broadwater will give her three. So some foul trouble starting to creep in for NGU. Broadwater's up to three at the line. Yashi Johnson for one more. And to cut the lead to four. Can't get it, but it's rebounded by James. And a travel called against James. Will turn it over to NGU. She came down with the ball. So here comes North Greenville. Minute and a half left to play. Converse has slowly chipped away at the lead. North Greenville needs some points to end the quarter on a high note and try and carry something into the fourth. Here's Powers on the far side of the circle. Heads into the corner, drives in, looks to pass back out, gets it to Trenum, and now Carter up top for a long three. No good, up and off the glass. And a foul called underneath as Carter came screaming in for the rebound. Broadwater bumping bumping into somebody. Foul against, well, the number says Yashi Johnson. Broadwater at the line for NGU for 2 shots. Misses the first one. Can't get the second one to go. The lead remains 53-48. Both teams with 5 team fouls. They are in the bonus for the final minute of this quarter. Here's Hollis, puts it up, can't get the roll. Rebounded though by Ella. She can't get it either. And Broadwater flings it back in bounds for NGU. Powers gets double teamed, and we have a jump ball. And the possession arrow does point to NGU, so that stalls out the Crusaders for the moment. 51.3 left to play in the third.
Converse is giving 100% effort. We have to always commend that effort because that's something you can't teach, and it's something that's always just inherent to the person.
Now, and don't forget, they're trying to sweep North Greenville for the season. Wonder what, I'd like to check on the last time that happened. Here's Carter up top for North Greenville. 40 seconds on the clock. Carter boxed out, gets it to Broadwater, and up and in for 2. Second difference between the clocks. Here comes Converse. Horn up top, goes right, and nobody home. Miscommunication will result in a turnover against Converse. Shot clock now turned off. 24.4 seconds left to play. North Greenville 55-48. Carter will bring it in the front court, and let's see if they run it down all the way or try and take a shot with a few seconds left. Here comes Carter. Carter on the far side of the circle, brings it back up top, swings around Trentham and Broadwater. Broadwater's wide open underneath. Carter connects with her, and Broadwater gets it in for 2. 3 seconds on the clock. Converse got to get the inbound. Here comes a shot from James. Short, no good. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So some late quarter heroics come up big for North Greenville. It's 57-48. North Greenville 10 minutes away from their 6th victory. Converse still not out of this ball game yet. We'll come back for the fourth quarter with North Greenville up 57-48 here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Got a close one as we're going to come down to the final quarter. North Greenville hanging on to a 9-point lead. And from the way, if Converse finds their magic they had in the first half and they start dropping threes like they did then, this game is going to get a whole lot closer in a whole little amount of time. Converse will start us off in the fourth quarter.
Converse has picked up their speed on offense tremendously since the first half, so we'll see if they continue that here in the fourth quarter, trying to scrape back into the game.
They got 10 minutes to chip away at a 9-point lead. Up top is James. Underneath, Hollis at the free throw line. Drives in, gives it to Ellis, and she's fouled trying to put up a shot. Both teams got into the bonus near the end of the third, and that will be the first team foul against North Greenville, second against Cameron Carter. And at the line is Crystal Ellis for 2. Gets the first one to drop. That's an 8-point lead.
With North Greenville having Addison back in the game, I wonder if they're going to go right back down to the post, right back to her in their first offensive set.
And free throw misses wide left. And a whistle goes against Converse. So North Greenville gets it back. 1 for 2 on that trip for Ellis. It's 57-49. And here's where North Greenville can try and extend the lead and pull away. Carter on the far side goes underneath looking for Broadwater. Can't connect with her. And they turn it back over to Converse. Here's Horn, gives it right to James. James back left, has Horn again. Horn back out to James. James drives around Powers, puts it up, and good. And she'll get one more.
Brianna James showing her power as she went right to the basket, not allowing nobody to get in front of her and trying to make that point, make that shot go right down in.
And it's a 3-point play for Converse, 57-52. Lead is down to 5. Here comes Carter in the front court for NGU. Carter going left. Now cuts it back up top, has a pass batted up in the air. Broadwater again, can't quite bring it down. And the second straight turnover for North Greenville underneath their own basket gives it back to the Valkyries. 8:59 left to play. Converse back within 5. Here's Horn. Gives it to Ellis at the line. She turns around, puts up a shot, rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Hollis. She'll try, and she gets it in. And we're back to a one-possession ball game, 57-54. Here's Carter trying to get around James. And a charge called against Carter. Third team foul against North Greenville, third personal against Carter. Converse with the ball, it's a one-possession ball game. A 3 can tie it. Here's Horn on the right side. Working against Power, slings it around to James. James drives in, puts one baseline jumper up, good. And it's a 1-point lead, 57-56. Carter again in the front court. Back-to-back drives for NGU have resulted in turnovers. Carter heads to the right side. Spins around, gives it to Strayhorn. Strayhorn still on the near side. Will fire a 3. No good. Who's going to get the rebound? Broadwater will. And a fresh shot clock for North Greenville. Only up 1 after being up 9 at the start of the fourth quarter. Here's Carter just outside the arc. At the top of the key, trying to find some room. And a foul against Converse.
Converse taking their defense to a next level as they continue their last 3 times being able to keep the North Greenville out of the goal.
That is the first team foul against Converse. That goes against Logan Hollis, number 33. Carter signals a play in. Passes to Broadwater up top. Broadwater working against Ellis, tries to split the defenders, put up a shot, it's short, no good. And Ellis is there to get the better of her on the rebound. Now here's Horn in the front court, fires a pass right to Bernard. Bernard drives in, floats one up, bounces, no good. And a skying rebound by Horn. Now she gets a pass to James. And an offensive foul will be called against Bree James. Second one against her will be Converse's second as a team. Taking a little bit of time to get through the fourth quarter. 3 minutes in. Here's Powell for NGU, near side, cuts it up top, heads to the far side. And foul called against Ellis trying to defend. And Converse quickly racks up the fouls. They've got 3, and the third one against Ellis. Trentham looking for the inbound, finds Powell. Powell heads to the far side. 7 minutes exactly now left to play. Now here's Trentham to Broadwater, right open underneath and in for 2.
The Crusaders finally able to getting the ball to Broadwater and being able to put that one in.
That's the second straight, that's the third straight time she's been open underneath the basket. At the other end, Aaron Horn cashes that one in for 2, so they're able to answer, and it's back to a 1-point lead, 59-58. Now here's Powell. She drives in, blocked by Aaron Horn. And now the loose ball scooped up by Broadwater. Here's Powers, open for 3. Got it on the near side. And we've got a Valkyrie down on the court. An injury timeout called. Didn't quite see what happened, but it looked like Brianna James slipped. And that's what caused the turnover for Converse. This time is called with 6:24 left to play in the fourth. And North Greenville, after that Tyler Powers 3, that is her 4th. And that makes the score 62-58. So while James gets a 10-2, we'll step away here on the North Greenville Sports Network with the Crusaders up 62-58. Brianna James having to get some assistance off the court. She'll be looked at by the Converse trainers. As Converse now will look to try and wrap up 4 points in the next 16 or so minutes, in the next 6 or so minutes. Now here's Paige Johnson up top to Horn. Horn at the top of the key, defended by Powell. Gives it right side to Bernard. Bernard drives in, passes underneath to Ellis. Ellis for 2. No good, bounces out, and Broadwater gets the rebound. Gets it forward to Carter, and we're back underway. Carter up top, slings it underneath, and Broadwater, dangerous pass, connects with her. She tries to pick up Powell, and all kinds of mayhem breaks loose as Powell and Ellis do battle. And Powell looks like she gets called for a foul. Oh, that's goes against Cameron Carter, and that is her 4th. The leading scorer from the Erskine game with 15 points and having a good night so far will head to the bench for a little bit of rest with 4 fouls. And North Greenville has 14 fouls. 1 more against North Greenville as a team, and that will put Erskine into the bonus. Or excuse me, it will put Converse into the bonus. 5.5 minutes left to play. Converse trying to come back. Here's Bernard, open for 3. Got it.
And a timely shot for Bernard from the short side of the court.
1-point lead again. Here's Powell heading to the near side, cuts it back up top. Double team, passes out to Trentham, and now Strayhorn. Far side 3, short, no good. Ellis there on the rebound. Here comes Converse. Horn in the front court. Looks right, passes left to Bernard. Bernard underneath to Hollis. Hollis spins around Addison, puts a shot up. Short, no good. Gets her on rebound. Loose ball, picked up by Powell. Jump ball. Yes, I think we had a jump ball call. And from the arrow, it will go back to Converse. And time was called on the court, 4:53 left to play, 62-61. It is a very close game for North Greenville and Converse. And here's Gabby with more information on that.
Thanks, Gray. So a couple updates for you guys that I've noticed while sitting on the sidelines. I was talking to Converse's bookkeeper, and he said that he was really surprised how number 5 was playing for Converse because she doesn't get a lot of playing time, but her defense seems to be pretty phenomenal. I've watched Tyler Powers. She kind of looks a little discouraged. She's having some struggles getting past number 5, Bernard, when on defense, and getting those breakaways so she can get open and cut to the basket. But I also was eavesdropping on Coach Walsh as he was talking to one of his girls. He keeps continually telling number 20, Aaron, and he's saying, Aaron, box out and cut and don't let her penetrate. So he's definitely trying to use Aaron as a defensive role down by the basket, and definitely trying to box out Paulette so that she can't get those scores and can't get those quick points for the team. Also, Brianna James, number 10, she seemed to land on her ankle, but everything's fine and she's walking okay. Seems to be back to normal. Back to you guys.
And Brianna James is back on the court, so glad to see nothing serious. She will continue to play on for Converse. And thanks, Gabby, for mentioning number 5, Reagan Bernard, the freshman guard out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, making the most of her freshman year and keeping Converse in it. As Elizabeth Trenum for North Greenville misses a 3 off the far side of the rim. Now Converse with a chance to retake the lead. Ellis up and in for 2, and Converse is back out front.
Converse using the fast break to their advantage, being able to put Ellis down the floor and get her close to the basket right there, laid right off the glass.
And the local product, the freshman forward out of Greenville by way of Southside, as North Greenville clicks a 3 and takes a lead back. It's a 2-point lead. 65-63, 4 minutes left to play in the ball game. Here's James. She'll try a shot, and no ill effects from that injury. She hits a 2 and ties the ball game up. Now Powell, and a tie ball game for North Greenville. Goes to Powers. Been a while since she made a 3. On the far side, gives it to Powell. Powell up top, trying to drive down the middle, around Ellis for a shot, no good. Powers on the rebound though, and a fresh shot clock. Now Powers steps out for a 3, got it!
And again, Powers left wide open, be able to take her shot and get into stride and put it in the bottom of the net.
North Greenville needed that 3. Now Converse, they've had no trouble answering. Let's see if they can do it here. Paige Johnson up top. Bounce pass to James. James defended by Powers on the left side of the circle. Cuts it back up top. Now tries to drive in, puts up a shot, blocked, but fouled by Powers. And timeout called, 3 minutes left. And now with 3 minutes in the ballgame, we can finally give you some numbers from this ballgame. So far, North Greenville shooting an even 50% from the floor, 46.4 from beyond the arc. And no matter how this ball game ends for Converse, they will improve greatly in their three-point percentage category. They came in tonight shooting 27.9 on the season. They're 7 of 13 from the floor tonight. That's good enough for 53.8. That is phenomenally improved for the Valkyries.
A big part thanks to that, to number 5, Reagan Bernard tonight, making as many threes as she has so far. Coming off the bench, being a big help to the Converse team to win the game.
Brianna James has made 3 of 4. You mentioned Bernard. She's made both of hers. And then Erin Horn has made 2 out of her 5. Cameron Carter again leading the way for North Greenville with 16 points. And if you can believe it or not, we mentioned Brianna James, good from beyond the arc. She's got 30 points tonight for Converse. And she is by far the leading scorer. Horn is the next up with 13. So Brianna James definitely the keystone of that offense. She's at the line for 2. And this is the first one. As we have the Atlanta Braves Tomahawk, the Kansas City Chiefs Tomahawk, and the Florida State Tomahawk chant echoing throughout Hayes. James cashes in the second free throw at 68-66, under 3 to play. Here's Carter up top. She goes underneath looking for Powers. Well, Powers attempt 2. They call a foul against Powers.
Converse able to double team Powers on that low block, being able to get to force the foul.
Both teams relatively even in the turnover department. 18 for Converse, 17 for North Greenville last time checked. Converse can tie or take the lead with this on this possession. 2:45 left, 68-66. North Greenville. Can May hang on to try and get back on the winning side of things? Here's Paige Johnson. She drives in, puts up a shot. Good, and we're tied again. At 68. Now here's Carter on the right side. Carter trying to cut it back up top, gets it to Broadwater, and in between Trenum and Powell, turns it over to Converse.
A lucky break for Converse with the game still tied here with 2 minutes and 16 seconds going into the last quarter of the game.
That latest foul against Tyler Powers, that was her 3rd and North Greenville's 5th, so Converse will be in the bonus for the rest of this quarter. North Greenville has to be careful and watch the fouls. James up and in for 2, and she'll get one more.
Brianna James with that quick first step, able to get right into the lane and put the shot up and put it in the bottom of the net.
That will be her 32nd point, looking for her 33rd. Give her 33. It's a 3-point lead for Converse, 71-68. Here's Powell in the front court for NGU. Back out to Broadwater. See if they can get it to Powers. They'll give it to Carter instead for 3. No good. And rebounded by Bernard. Bernard pass to Johnson. Paige Johnson into front court. And to the right side in James. James defended by Powell. Uses Ellis as a pick. Here comes a 3. Too strong. No good. Broadwater gathers it up. Flips it to Carter. And now to Powers. Can Powers try and tie it? She'll drive in. Pass picked off by Hollis. Hollis gets double teamed, and Converse will get it into front court and try and burn some clock. Here comes Bernard. Here comes Powers up on defense, and the timeout taken by Coach Walsh. Converse is down to 1 timeout. North Greenville left with 3. 1:14 left to play in the ballgame. Converse has come from behind. They lead by 3, 71-68. As Converse is going to try and take 2 from North Greenville, sweep the Crusaders in the season. That's what's at stake for Converse. What's at stake for North Greenville? Of course, a conference win, and this might be an important one down the stretch if they can come back and get it.
Another key possession for Converse as they can continue to stretch that lead here almost in the last minute.
Trying to push it to a 2-possession lead. James spins away from Powers, floats it up, no good. And we have a foul called against North Greenville. That last foul going against Addison, that is her, or going against Broadwater, that's her 4th, and now that foul does go against Addison, that's her 3rd. So Carter with 4. Addison with 3, and Broadwater with 4. Missed free throw by Logan Hollis at the line for Converse. Try and get the crowd into it. That's a 2-possession ball game, 72-68. Minute 9 left. Have to try and get some points and first force a turnover. Here's Carter up top. Double team, flips it to Trenum. She'll try for three. No good. Rebounded by Bernard. And North Greenville might run out of time. And foul by Strayhorn against Johnson to try and preserve some clock. Converse, of course, into the bonus. And the fourth foul against Strayhorn. Shot good from Paige Johnson, 73-68. Two for two on that trip. And now this is going to be the possession for North Greenville. Down 6. Here's Carter. Lets it roll all the way in the front court, picks it up, drives in, floats one in, no good. But a foul against Converse will save North Greenville for the moment.
North Greenville looking for some quick points with Carter trying to take her straight to the basket right there.
So Carter's got to make both of these. Gets the first one. Try and keep North Greenville alive. Got 42 seconds left.
Both teams fought extremely hard coming all the way down to the wire for this game. With everything they had on stake for this season.
2 for 2 on that trip. It's 74-70. Still in favor of Converse. And timeout called again. The first timeout used this half by Coach Arledge. That leaves North Greenville with 2. Converse still with 1. 42 seconds left in a ball game that Converse trying to win and see if they can get something built up in 2016. Quick timeout taken by North Greenville. We'll get back to action here soon. Inbound from Converse. They get it in, and it's stolen by Powell, and she's fouled as she tries to get a shot.
A great heads-up play for Powell, knowing that the ball was coming towards her. She grabbed that ball and went smart right to the basket.
That's exactly what North Greenville needed, and now Powell. It's not the end of the world if you miss one, but you got to get both these in. Can't get the first one. Still, one would make it a one-possession game. Still 4 points. And they try and force Converse into a turnover. They trying to keep them in the backcourt. And a foul. If that one goes against Strayhorn, she's done for the night. That's her 5th. And Chantel Strayhorn fouls out for North Greenville. And she'll finish tonight with 6 total points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. At the line, Paige Johnson for Converse. 33.3 seconds left. Converse has also put North Greenville in the bonus, so adverse effects no matter what happens here. 2 shots for Paige Johnson. And a freshman guard also from Greenville. Sinks the first shot, 75-70. Put the lead back to 6. No, misses it. Broadwater on the rebound. Got to get down and take a shot quick. Here comes Powers. Down the far court side. Pulls up, trying to get some open space. Gives it to Trenum. Trenum to Carter. Steps in for a 3. No good. Powell, though, with the rebound. And we have stoppage of play. And the foul goes up against the Valkyries. This one against Cassidy Morehouse, her first. At the line, Powell. Still can't get the roll. Here comes number 33, Aliyah Malouf, checks in. Powell gets a second one, 75-71. Second time out of the half used by North Greenville. Well, if you foul them here, they go back to the line, and the way Converse has been working the second half, they have been pretty good from the free throw line. But the shot clock's now off, so Converse has got to be thinking if we can just get in the front court, we can run the clock out. So North Greenville almost out of options and down 4.
If I'm Converse, I would definitely want Brianna James to have the ball coming down the floor. So she is our leading scorer in tonight's game.
She's got 33 for Converse.
She's been miss consistency for tonight.
So both teams still huddled up, and stats are once again frozen. But no doubt about Brianna James has been the offense tonight for Converse. Also, Aaron Horn has cashed in and found the basket a good bit. In the meantime, for North Greenville, Tyler Powers with 12 and Carter sitting at 16, but some ground to make up. Converse will inbound it on their side of the court. Malouf trying to force the inbound. Trenum forced to foul Morehouse. First foul against, well, they call it against Malouf. Morehouse misses the first shot. Carter and Broadwater come back in. Paulette Addison and will head to the bench. We got out Crystal Ellis waiting in the wings for Converse, should she be needed. So Morehouse looking for the second one. Gets it, 76-71. Timeout North Greenville, that's their last one of the game. Good thing is you'll get to inbound it on your side of the court. And you get a quick 3. Not quite over yet, but you got to get something here. 17.1 seconds left. In a ball game that has really been back and forth, North Greenville raced out to a 9-point lead at halftime, and they got back up to 9 at the end of the fourth quarter. And then Converse took control after the final media timeout, and it's been all Valkyries since. Halfway in the fourth quarter. Again, Converse looking for their third win, their second conference win. Their only other conference win coming against North Greenville. So here we go. North Greenville for the inbound to Powell. Converse giving plenty of space to Carter. North Greenville taking their time. Here comes Carter on three. Got it!
A big-time shot by Carter coming down.
I think they're checking to make sure it was a three. Looks like it's going to stand. And nope, now they're going to check it again. Well, there's no instant replay, so I'm not sure what they're checking. Score hasn't changed, so looks like it's going to stand. 76-74. Converse has got to get the inbound now. And they find it, and North Greenville has to foul. Interesting thing there, Broadwater batted at the ball before it got inbounded. Interesting play there. Now Converse, this might decide the ball game. 7.9 seconds left, and who else? Brianna James at the line. She's got 33 tonight for Converse. And Cameron Carter has fouled out for North Greenville. First one goes in. That all comes down to the second one. And that, oh, by the way, is her 34th. Second one misses. Clock starts. North Greenville's got to get down the court. Here's Powell to Trenum. Two won't do it, and it's going to go out of bounds. And they'll turn it over to Converse.
Powell just slammed the ball just a little bit over the head of North Greenville, and it is just going to be too costly for the end of this game.
They had Converse off balance, and now Converse inbounds it. North Greenville is not going to be able to foul, and that is going to do it. 77-74. Converse again takes down North Greenville by 3 points. And I think the MVP of tonight's game for Converse, none other than Brianna James. If our math is correct, she should end the day with 34 points. And by the numbers we have in front of us, the closest score to her was with 13. So Brianna James, Bree James, comes up big for Converse, getting almost half of her team's points, 77-74. I'm being told that we are going to catch up with the winning head coach tonight. That would be Dean Walsh of Converse, and see what he thinks about getting his squad's third win of the season and taking down North Greenville. Both meetings, they swept North Greenville for the 2015-16 season. And now we'll send it down to Gabby with head coach of the Converse Valkyries, Dean Walsh. Well, having some trouble catching up with Dean Walsh. I know it'd certainly like to be able to hear from him and get his thoughts as Converse they have their own struggles throughout the season, but sweeping an opponent for the season has got to be a big step for that program, and it's always a building process no matter what sport you play. College football, college basketball, college hockey, I presume.
College hockey, yeah, got some great college hockey.
Well,
around the state.
Mostly up north, but still, it's always going to be a building process. So, props to head coach Dean Walsh and his Converse Valkyries. They get their 3rd win of the season, 2nd conference wins, both coming against North Greenville, and they'll look to build on that going down the stretch.
Dean Walsh has got to be proud of this team, being able to do what he has done today, being able to have his team resiliently coming back to the fight, even though they were down the first half, but they came back strong behind Brianna James and her 34 points. So that's something that I would totally be so proud of if I was the coach.
And you mentioned Brianna James. She's only a freshman. She drops 34 as a freshman. Just only imagine what she can do further down the line as a junior and even senior.
She needs sunglasses because she has a bright future.
Taking a look at the rest of the month of January for our broadcast schedule. Next up will be men's volleyball against Mount Olive. And boy, oh boy, if anybody remember that men's volleyball game against Pfeiffer, 5 sets of nonstop action-packed. That game was incredible.
Men's volleyball for North Greenville only in their 2nd year, but they are now 3-1 going into this game.
And it's been an incredible step for Coach Battenfield and that program. 1st year of existence, they still managed to make the Conference to Carolinas tournament as an 8th seed, but still, that means something. You make the tournament as a 1st-year program, and then you take the defending conference champions Pfeiffer to 5 sets, had a chance to win it, just couldn't quite close the deal. They will take on Mount Olive in 3 days on the 29th at 7 p.m. So if you can't make it out here to Hayes for that game, you can catch us here on ustream.tv/North Greenville Athletics. And then we close out the month of January. More men's volleyball, this time against Barton. That's on a Saturday, so that will be at 4 p.m. And I want to take a look at February because this is when the action picks up. Baseball's first game of the season will, unfortunately, be on the road at Anderson. And that's certainly an exciting contest. I still remember when Anderson beat North Greenville 22-14.
It looks like we had a really high-scoring game coming into February.
And the first softball game over at the new field. We will be over there. Our producer, Alan Cahaley, will not be, as he will be running live stats at the baseball game that is also that day against Lander. So that will be interesting. A softball doubleheader against Francis Marion. The first game slated to start at 2, and baseball starting an hour later at 3. You can catch both of those games, and we'll try to keep you informed best we can back and forth. And so the first softball game on the February the 4th against Francis Marion. First home baseball game on the 4th as well against Lander. And then men's and women's basketball the day before that on the 3rd, as we welcome the powerhouse Limestone into Hayes. A basketball doubleheader, 5:30 and 7:30 on February the 3rd. Limestone and North Greenville had the huge task of upsetting the undefeated Saints from Gaffney, South Carolina. So I thank you for listening to the production of North Greenville University basketball, as the women unfortunately fall 77-74 against Converse. And that will do it for our broadcast here. You can catch up on all the latest athletic news, ngcrusaders.com, as well as find a direct link to our own broadcast and our broadcast schedule, just what I read off here. So baseball and softball is coming back, as well as men's and women's lacrosse, their 2nd year of existence as well. And we'll look to see what the men's volleyball team can do to see if they can continue their hot streak against Mount Olive and Barton to close out the month of January. So we thank you for watching and listening to myself, Grace Sutherland, and Christian Athey here on the North Greenville Sports Network. We hope to see you in a few days here at Hayes for some men's volleyball here on the North Greenville Sports Network.